Here I am in my sewing room. I'm being very brave because lots of people have said to me, friends of mine who have the right to uh, cajole me, have said, oh, we only ever see your hands. Why can't we see you? Well, here I am. This is me. Now, thankfully today I'm feeling a bit empowered because I've had a lovely haircut, as I have been mentioning on the page. Uh, that's neither here nor there, really, is it? So I'm doing this video today because of the discussion I had the other night, which I'll go on to mention further as we go through the video. Basically, that's the reason for the video. Is it struck me with this conversation, an awful lot of people are very, very apprehensive about how they download files. How do you get the file? I can see them on the internet. I know what I want, but how do you physically get that onto your laptop and then onto a USB stick? Now, this is a US. Mine it looks like the bottom end of a pair. There is a cap that makes it look like a pair, but I use it so often that the cap is. I don't know where the cap is. Anyway, this whatever shape or form it takes, a USB stick, right? So we'll talk about that later on, and you'll see that happen. But this is the USB stick that will go into the side of your machine. Let's carry on, and we'll come back to this in a minute. I'm in my digitizing program now because this is something that I made, as you can see, 2020. It was all to do with when the COVID lockdown started. And at the time, I was running a group to do with the Peter Rabbit magazine, as some of you will remember. And it was to do with the magazine first came out in Britain. Then it was launched in Australia, New Zealand. And the rainbow was the significance of the COVID, the COVID rainbow. And I made up this mug rug to depict Quilters Uniting in this time of troubles. Now, it was up on the page for a long, long time, but I'm have to just change the year now. If you want it again, I'll change that to 2021. It's a lovely mug rug. It's pretty, and everything else. And I'm just showing you this because this is my own work now. It will be available to you. But the reason why I'm just bringing this up now is to say we'll come back to this. I'm going to take you through the steps of downloading work from a commercial site, but then I can't go on. I don't feel it's fair for me to go on talking about somebody else's commercial work. So once we've gone through the process of how you do that, we'll come back for further discussion on my own work, because I feel happier that I'm not stepping on other designers' toes, if you like. Okay, so that's that. I'll close that down. And as I was talking to Lillian and Deborah, that makes me smile. My middle name is spelt exactly the same way, but being Welsh, I don't know, we're a strange lot, aren't we? We've always pronounced it Deborah. However, Deborah, you are not a Deborah. You are definitely a Deborah. And there is a difference. And Gail and there were quite a few of us the other night, and we were all just chatting, weren't we? And apparently, one of the hang-ups was downloading designs from commercial sites. How do you get it onto your computer? How do you get it onto the computer in the first place? And then how do you get it in your actual embroidery machine? So here we go. So I picked on this site, Creative Kiwi, I do like them, you know, and they do offer quite a few free designs, so you can download something to test and try out without costing you any money whatsoever. Now, obviously, they do massive, brilliant designs that you are going to have to pay some money towards, otherwise they couldn't keep this going. But it's nice that they offer a few freebies. So I'm just going to click on this, as you can see, the address up here. I just put in Google Creative Kiwi and boom, this comes up. So I got this one. I've done this one in a few colours. This is another mug rug design, but it's a bit involved. I want to look for something a little bit easier, but a little bit more simple. Okay, so let me just find something that's fairly simple. Right, I think I'm going to pick on a Valentine's coaster. All right, I clicked on it and it is free. And as you can see, when you look on the page, it shows you that it can be done in a 4x4, 5x5, 6x6, 8x8 hoop. So obviously they're giving you all these different sizes. So you can go from something as small as 4x4 across to 8x8 across. Now 8x8 across is practically, wow, a square table mat, isn't it? Rather than a coaster. But anyway, and they're showing you pictures of the front and the back. Yeah, Valentine's coaster, and you can there's even a video showing you how to make it. And as you can see, that there's one version. I don't know what happened there with this stitching. That went wrong, didn't it? They already will. Oh no. They've done that as a design element that is supposed to be a skew. I first off thought that was a mistake, but no, it is like a sketch element, so it's supposed to be a skew. But but notice they didn't do it in this one. Anyway, you know, depending on the material you pick, can absolutely change the look of things. And look, they show you pictures of other people's work and how other people have embellished it, and then like someone has turned that entire thing into something else. So you know, all kinds of possibilities. So I do really like this site. So now, so what we need to do, I need to log in. So you would have to sign up and make an account, right? And I'm not going to look in my previous purchase, but let's go back to where we were. So I'm just going to go back a minute. Having logged in, I'm just going to go back to where we were. Right, we were looking at this one. So now I can say add to shopping basket. There it is. It's in my cart. Right. So now I am going to go to checkout. It's free. So go through it, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, oh, and my phone number. There's my name, right? Submit. What does it ask me in this one? No. Sometimes here, currency, well, it doesn't matter if it's in dollars, but sometimes when you buy something, you may have a drop-down menu to say in which format you want it. So in other words, if you were using Janome, or as Lillian was chatting about last night, Elna, same file, a Jeff file. If you were using a Brother machine, then you want a PES, a PES file. If you were using Husqvarna or Viking, you would want a HUS file. I'm not sure. What's Bellina called? Is it XXX? I can't remember. But anyway, you will know for your personal embroidery machine what the file extension that you would need to buy. And in some shops, online shops, you would have a drop-down menu to pick the type of file that you want for your machine. It looks to me with this one at the moment that it's not asking me for that, so it's fine. So now I can just go to submit my order. Okay. Processing order, please wait, blah, 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 blah. Thank you for your order, because it was free, didn't cost me anything, right? And now, I can go to my account. There's probably, by this time, I probably received an email giving me a click through to where I can download it. But I know, because I've used Creative Kiwi quite a lot, I can go to my account now and I can look at and download previous purchases, right? So there it is. There's the thing that I've just ordered, all right? And as you can see, if we go along here, it's in a zip file. So the next thing we do is download. Click the download button. This screen comes up saying, what do you want me to do with it? Open it with Windows Explorer? Definitely not, because that will just put everything on your screen. That's no good to you. You need to save the file. Now, when I hit OK, you will see up, well, so bloody quick. Oh, well, up here in this corner of the Explorer will come a little arrow, which is in the, you see, it was so quick, it's completed already. So there it is. Now that is in, if you're using Windows 10 or most Windows, that has now gone into your download file. It's already done. You got it, right? And exactly the same is if you had the email and you clicked on the link in the email, it really would bring you back to this page and you would do exactly the same. So the process is now, I can come out of, close 2 tabs. Just a moment, because I'm not sure if I can close 2 tabs. Yeah, close 2 tabs. I can close that down. And then on my PC, yeah, I'll come down to my File Explorer. You should have something like this, File Explorer. That will open up in your window. And then on this side, never mind about that, that's just what I've done before. On this side, see here, you've got downloads. So I'm going to double click that. No, done that wrong. I'm sorry. I need to, there. See this one with the arrow, the blue arrow, downloads. Double click that one. And as you can see, what I've ordered today in my downloads file, so remember this blue arrow over here, is the Creative Kiwi Free Valentine's Coaster Zip. All right. Now, what we need to do there is I right-click this, because we need to extract the files. So I right-click this menu comes up, I say extract all, another menu comes up saying, well, where do you want me to put it? Now the default will be to put it back in this folder, which I do not want. So I go browse, and I do keep most of my files together in an embroidery file. But you can choose anywhere you want it to go. So for me personally, I will say, going to open this in, well, for the sake of easiness, I'm going to say in a temp file. Where's my temp file? And go on, have I? All right, make one then. New folder. I'm just going to call it temp. Right? Open that temp file. So this is blank at the moment. Select folder. So now it says, where do you want these extracted files to go? And I'm saying, well, I've chosen and I want to put them in here, right? Then I can click, and I've also got this click that says, show the folder once it's done. So now I can click extract, and it goes through a little routine. There we are. I'll just go back to the first one now and shut down my downloads. So now, see up here, this is my folder that I just made called temp, yeah? And here are all the contents of what I've just bought, or in this case, for free, yeah? That's the picture, see? That's the picture. These are PDF instructions telling you exactly, here it is, you can open that up as a PDF, telling you exactly how to make it. See, there's all the instructions step by step of how to do it. Yeah, lovely. And then we start with the file formats. Now, as I said, it was 4x4, 5x5, 6x6, 8x8, wasn't it? So if we just look at the top lot, where the second part of the file name is 4x4, see the extension DST, EXP, HUS, JEF, PES, VIP, VP3, XXX, yeah. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different machine files there, all of the same size, all the same thing, but written for whatever file your machine accepts. And then it goes on. Now we change sizes, and you get you get the 5x5 in the same 8, 6x6 in the same 8, and 8x8 in the same 8. So the most important thing now is having extracted the files, and I haven't used any clever software. This is just using Windows. All right, so you might want to stop here now if you've already taken on enough information and review this bit before we continue. Okay? So this is, because some people have said to me last night, oh, I need to get some software to do it. No, you don't. Some people have said, well, I don't know how to do it, whatever. So this may be a point to stop this video and go back and watch all of what I've just done again. Right? So continuing, where are we? We looked at that. That's just a picture saying, oh, that's what you bought. These were the instructions, PDF, which you can open up, which should open up in your PDF, which you could print out if you want, or just follow on the screen. And then we discussed that in this particular instance, we got 8 different types of machine file before it changes size, and it just repeats and repeats. So basically, we've unzipped, so far, we've downloaded and unzipped the file. So now they are free files into a temp. I put them into a temp folder. I just made up a temp folder. You know, you may have somewhere else that you would like to store the entire thing. You could make a folder called temp embroidery. Oh, my teeth aren't working now. Temp embroidery files. Okay, you make a folder, but remember where you've put it. Remember it's in documents, or remember, you need to have a bit of savvy about when you put things on your PC or your laptop. A bit savvy about where you're putting things, and then try and keep to that regime so that more things that you buy are in the same place. Okay, so now here we go. We have to make some choices. For Lillian and I, the file that's the most important to us is the Jeff file, because she has an Elna, I have a Janome. we want the Jeff file. And oh, over here, the information that comes up, as you can see, is the outline of the file, you know, and what have you, all the elements of the file, just so you can see it. And it tells you how many stitches, the height, the width, the colours that are involved. So there, according to this, there are 8 colours. However, when I say there's 8 colours, I can only see on screen 4. But the other 4 are probably pink placement lines, because, you know, when you're doing a plique or tack down or whatever, any sort of placement line is going to be in pink, generally speaking. All right, there may be a couple of blue lines. You can see from the you see on this outline here, there's red and there's blue, because they're color stops. So the machine stops so that you can readjust something or do something before you continue. So although it says 8 colors, I can only actually really say, well, there's 4 in that, whatever. Oh, look, it says stops 10. Trims 11. Now, trims is just when your embroidery machine stops, cuts off, because it's moving further away from what it just did to restart. That's a trim. Objects 12. So although we can see on screen about 4 or 5, some of them are repeated processes because you're doing something in between. Okay, so that's just a file information for you. If you were using Brother, I'll just click on that one. Okay, it's all the same information. Stitches 6,204. Let's go back to Jeff a minute. 6,200. There's more stitches in my file than there is in the Brother file. Oh, there you go. You see, everything is exported for use for the particular way your embroidery machine will read the file. So there are lots of differences. But anyway, that's too much information. You don't need to know all of that, right? So our decision now, first off, is what size do I want to make it? Let me see. Have I got a 4x4 hoop? Do I want it that small? Do I want to put it in a 6x? Do I want 6x6? Which in my case, I can't. My jump would be from a 5x7 file, which so I could do 5x5 in that, or I could jump up to an 8x8. Well, then I could do the 6x6 in my 8x8 hoop. So you don't have to have the exact size of hoop. You just have to have a hoop that size will fit in. Yeah. So, and obviously with the 8x8, well, it's going to fit in my 8x8 hoop, isn't it? That's brilliant. So those are decisions you make yourself. What do I actually want to do? Now, the next stage is so all of this so far has been done on your laptop or your PC. Unfortunately, you cannot do this on an iPad or your phone. It has to be a computer. It has to be. We've not invoked any other software whatsoever. This is just Windows, all right? And everybody, I would think, has got Windows. If you've got an Apple Mac, well, then search me, because I don't use an Apple Mac. But this is Windows, which predominantly, I think, most of us in Britain use Windows. In America, Apple Mac is very prevalent, but in the UK, we more or less stick to Windows, don't we? So now you need to get a USB stick, right? It doesn't have to be a huge capacity, but and I will show you in a minute when we move over to a different camera my USB stick. But just for now, let's just pretend, right? Well, I will do it because I might as well. Oops, can't move that one. What can I take out of here? My camera is oh no, I don't need that one at the moment. Yeah, I can't take it out. Right, okay, I can take out my camera and put in a USB stick. Okay, I just slotted it in. you heard that little doodle-doo-doo-doo, which was my PC or your laptop accepting, oh, you just put something else in for me to find. Fine. So let's say in this example, yes, I want Jeff. That's what I want. That's my machine. I want to do the 4x4. I just want a little coaster. Thank you very much. I got a 4x4 hoop. That's fine by me. So I will just right click now and send to USB drive F. Yeah? Yours might not be F. Yours might be E. It might be a different letter. But basically, it is the USB drive, which is your USB thumb stick that you've just shoved into the side of your computer. Yeah? So I click on that and say, yes, please. Now it's done it. That's it. It's done it. It's on my USB stick. Before I move away from this screen and we go on to a live camera of me physically showing you on the machine, something else I might like to add is the most important thing is you've done, let's just recap a moment. You bought the file, these were free, but you bought the file, paid your money, downloaded the file to your download folder. We right-clicked the file, because it's a zip file, because it encompasses all these files just in one. So we right-clicked on the zip folder, and we extracted it to wherever we wanted the expanded or the usable files to be. Yes? This is the point we're at now. You can, when you download, you can click on it rather than right click and extract, you can actually click on the zip folder and it will look like it's opened up. However, you cannot really use those files because they are still within the regime of being in a zip file. They've not been extracted. So though you can see them, do not go down that road. Always do it the method I've just showed you, which is to right click and extract the files from the zip into somewhere where they can be placed in full, like this, in this temp folder. So these are now full files. They're not compacted, they're not zipped up, because that can lead you to problems. So do it, please, in the method that I have shown you to stop an awful lot more problems happening down the road. So now I have just right-clicked and said send it to my USB stick. Now to check this, I can come down to my File Explorer and say, well, on the right-hand side here, hang on, here we go, USB drive. Yeah? Let's click on that then. There it is. There it is. All right? Now, personally speaking, I like to be organised. So on my USB drive, you will see if I open this up, I've got all kinds of different projects, including Crafty Services, Peter Rabbit, Shabby Fabrics, all kinds of things, yeah? Some of them are mine, Pram. I was showing you the baby quilt that I made. So there's a stitch out file for the Pram and all this, that, and the other, right? And sometimes I will put things in Valentine's or Xmas. So if I was doing it, which is what I will just pop down and do now, actually, I'll go back to the USB drive, and I'm just going to move this. I'm just going to say, you don't have to do this. You can just use it straight from here. But I'm going to cut that, go to my organised filing system that I have on my thumb drive, and go Valentine's, because it's the Valentine's coaster, wasn't it? and I am going to paste it there. There it is now. Yeah, so now on my stick, I put it in somewhere where I always know it's going to be. That's where I want it. That's where I know if I'm looking for something that's in the future that is to do with Valentine's, then this is going to come up. If I click on it, the picture will come. This is going to be now in my Valentine's folder that I've already made in my thumb drive. That's the way that I work, because I use so many different files and my own files that I need a way of being able to navigate to where Christmas things are, Valentine's things are, and project things are. I need to keep them fairly tidy, don't I? Yeah. So that's what I'll do. So now basically I can come out of there, go back to my home screen, and I can take out, listen to the noise. See, I've just taken out the thumb drive. Everything I want now is on that USB thumb drive. That's all I need. I just wanted that one file. Obviously, I can go back to where that temp file where I extracted the files to pick up the Adobe PDF. If I want to get that on screen, I'll show you how to do that now. So let's go back to my file explorer. I can go back to, I made a file, didn't I, called temp. Where did I make that? Oh, it was documents. Should be temp, should be down here somewhere. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Why aren't these? Oh, they're under, I tell you why, because they're under, I got it the way they were modified. I want it under type. So let's go back to that. Now it's all in alphabetical. So there's my temp, 10th of July. There's my temp file. Open up my temp file. And now everything I want is on this USB stick, thumb drive. And I can open up my, I've double clicked it, so now it'll open up, hopefully, my PDF, Acrobat PDF reader. Yeah. So here now, once I'm ready to use, are all the instructions on my screen. I'm not going to print them out, I don't need to. It tells me what the materials I need. Yeah. Cutaway stabilizer, sharp scissors, fabric as below. For a 4x4, batting, 5x5. It's going to be bigger than what you need, yeah? Outside frame, because if you remember the picture, there was red around the outside. They want you to make cut a piece 5x5 inches. Inner fabric, that was the white background, 4x4 fabric. The heart, 4x4 fabric. And back in pieces 2 at 5x6 inches, folded and blah, blah, blah. So they literally, as you can see, are going to take you through all the stages, all the construction. Follow it one by one by one by one as you go. You see, they're showing you exactly what to do next. But so that's how you get back to that lovely Acrobat PDF to show you how to actually make the damn thing. But however, we're not interested in any of that now, because the next step that we discussed last night, we've got to the stage now where we've picked the size we want, we've picked the type of file that we want, and we've put it onto our thumb drive. No other software apart from Acrobat to look at the pictures. No other software involved. Only what you've already got on your PC. Okay, well, I don't know whether you just heard all that chipmunk noise that was going on, but naturally something went askew with the recording. Now you can see by the side of my computer here, I've just put in the USB stick, and I'm just opening the arm of my embroidery machine so that I can, once the things that I need to have are open, I can click on change it from normal sewing to embroidery sewing by pressing this button. No, I'm just saying it's on ordinary foot. So then you'll see me press the little picture of, yeah, there, the little picture of a sewing machine that says, are you ready? Do you really want to go to embroidery mode? And I go, yes, I do. Okay, and you'll see in the background the embroidery arm move to the ready position to accept a hoop. Now, on most machines, you have a folder. You can see like a little open folder symbol, and that's what you need to press to get to your USB slot. Right, so I'm going to press that any minute now. Come on, Jack. Press it. God, I'm so long-winded. Press the damn thing. Oh, at last. Right. So now I've opened it up, and on the top line you can see what would be in the machine, like actually in the machine. Then there I got 2 USB slots, and I always put my USB in the second slot. So I'm now going to press USB 2 slot. Come on, Jacqueline. There you go. Right. So that now opens up the slot that I've got my stuff in. It says embroidery folder, yeah. Remember, we looked at the way I archive things on my USB stick. So I'm now going to click that symbol to open it up further. Then it gives me all my other folders, like Crafty So-and-so's, Peter Rabbit, blah, 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 blah. And I'm coming down and I'm looking for the folder that says Valentine's, because that's where we put it, wasn't it? Eventually. Right, so I've opened Valentine. 2 folders in here. One was a little bib I did for a baby, say my first Valentine. And the other one is the file that we just downloaded. So that's the one I'm going to click on next, please. I've got to remember what I was saying all this time now. Jack, click on that folder, will you, girl? All I'm saying is telling you that what size hoop you require. This is a size of hoop, right, whatever. But it's going to tell me that again in a minute anyway, on my machine. Come on. Right, so now I've clicked on what we've just downloaded. Again, I get a little warning sign come up saying, you sure you want to use, this is SQ14, you sure this is the size hoop that you want? Have you got that attached? Is everything right? Yes, please. Okay, so there is a picture of what we've just put on the USB stick. It shows you all the steps down here, step by step, the colour changes, which are not real colours, they're colour stops, because you're going to need to do something after each process. Just talking now about, you're going to have to lay down this, lay down that, and cut it, and what have you, going along with the instructions. I'm also going to say to you that down the side here is the same information that we read on the file, how many stitches, how many trim stops there are, and also the speed at which my machine is going to sew it out. Mine's on at the moment 500 stitches per minute. And what's the last thing on there? I'm trying to look for now. Oh yeah, overall it's going to say 14 minutes to stitch it out. But remembering that's not including you doing things, changing things, cutting things, and manipulating it as it goes. And at the moment it's so many thousand stitches, and we're a naught. And here are all the colour stops. Now, with this machine, I can hit the button up here. It changes it to one step at a time. So it shows me what needs to be done first in reality. Yeah. When I come down a step, it will show me what the next thing it's going to do. Down the next step, change colour. See, and it's saying about this now. That's the next step that it's going to do, are these bits. So in between all these stages, you will be laying down new fabrics, moving on to the next step after it's stitched out, etc., etc. So I've just gone back up to the top, and I'm going to go back to the original picture, the overall picture. Okay, what am I going to say next? Well, basically, we've downloaded, we've put the actual file we want to use onto the USB stick, we've stuck it in the machine, we've picked it up by opening the file recognition on the actual machine, brought it up on the screen so we can see it and looked at all the aspects of it. I'm so sorry that this audio went stupid. Okay, so back to me again for a moment. So I could just say, ta-ta for now. There are more things I want to show you. I think we need to look at hooping up what media you want to use in your hoop, the best way to hoop, the best way to keep, the best way to have a uniform lay down of stitches, and a few more details that you may be wondering about at the moment. Alright then, so cheers, thanks for now. Also, can I just say that if you like this video and you subscribe, please hit the bell to give you a notification of when there's a new one up.